towards this program, its background, and that will be the next speaker. So I really congratulate the beneficiaries. Congratulations. We had quite a number of participants that applied, but to see that you were selected as the best, it's not something that you can take lightly. So you need to prepare yourselves and see that you complete this course within the 2.5 years that were stipulated. And it's very possible. Yeah, so you'll also hear from some of our past beneficiaries. They're going to speak to you, and so that you see that this is something that is doable. Apologies for that glitch. Yeah, so by the time you made the decision to apply, you should be ready to take on the mantle. It's not an easy journey, as you'll hear from the past beneficiaries, but it requires commitment. The commitment that you put in to apply, to show, to express interest, to answer the questions that were set, show that you are ready and that you're capable to take on this journey. So at this point, allow me to welcome CPA Salome Seriange, who will give us the overview of the Student Scholarship Program. She's here on behalf of the Chair of the Education and Research Committee of ICPAU. Please welcome CPA Salome. Another round of applause, please, as she takes the podium. You're most
welcome. A very good morning to everybody. Oh, have we had breakfast? The people in front seem to not have had breakfast. A very good morning to you. Morning. That is great. I want to recognize our president. People don't say, oh yeah. Our president for ICPAU. I call him Dr. Timothy Diom. So I'm prophesying something in his life. So I'm sure next time he'll be able to introduce himself as doctor. And then when he calls himself doctor, we add on and we'll call him professor. So we are prophesying good things in his life. Thank you so much for leading us. Recognize our chief guest, Stephen Mucherule. Well done. You are great inspiration to the young ones. I want to recognize my sister. Thank you so much for representing the great man himself. My name is Salome Seriange. I work with KPMG. I am in the International Development Advisory Services. We are waiting for you to join us. Mine is a simple task. I'm representing the chairman of the Education and Research Committee, on which I also sit, Dr. Fixon Okonya. Sorry about that. I guess we need to have the young man next year so that when it goes off, we'll switch very fast. Okay, mine is a very simple task to give you an overview of this scholarship program. This program was started by ICPAU. It was introduced in 2019 as a student scholarship program to strengthen the development of the accountancy profession in Uganda. Like my sister mentioned, it's a give back by ICPAU to the community of accountancy, and this program reflects the Institute's dedication to building a strong pipeline of future professionals by supporting talented students to pursue accountancy, training, and achievements so that they can be in full potential of their profession. Through this initiative, ISPAO invests in nurturing competent, ethical, and impactful accountants who will contribute meaningfully to the growth of the profession and the nation's economic development. To date, the program has supported a total of 60 students across 6 cohorts, which have run from 2019 to 2024. You can tell that in each cohort there have been 10 students. So this 7th cohort, the beneficiary of which we are here to unveil today, was launched in January last year, and this will bring the total number of beneficiaries to 70. So we hope that all of you will be able to start and finish in the time that our CEO has stipulated. So what does the program do? The program offers financial support to the students to cover the course-related costs, including studentship registration, annual renewal fees, examination fees, and the study material costs. How do you get eligible for this program? This program is open to graduates who completed their bachelor's degree with a first class or a second class upper division from public or chartered private universities recognized by the National Council of Higher Education. Assessment, how is the assessment done? For which you scored highly. A call is sent out for applications, usually at the beginning of the year, like January, at a time like this, through the Institute's website and social media platforms. Applications are carefully assessed and evaluated using an approved assessed criteria by the Education and Research Committee to select the top 10 applicants. Progression rules. Once enrolled, students are required to complete the course within 2.5 years as stipulated in the scholarship terms. What are the benefits? The scheme is expected to deliver wide-ranging benefits to the beneficiaries, the institute, and the accountancy profession at large. For the beneficiaries, it provides a valuable opportunity to transition into professional accountancy through a more acceptable and incentivized pathway. For ICPAU, it presents a strategy avenue to expand membership, strengthen its institutional voice, and deepen its impact by investing in the growth and success of future professionals. For the profession as a whole, the scheme promotes long-term sustainability by building a strong and vibrant pipeline of young accountants equipped to uphold professional standards and drive innovation. Empowering the young generation to pursue the CPA qualification is critical to securing the future of the profession, enhancing its relevance and ensuring continued growth and influence in Uganda's economic development. So the 7th cohort, as you have already been told, has 10 beneficiaries that are going to be unveiled by the ICPAU president. And today also is going to be the launch for the 8th cohort, and we'll call for the eligible students to take advantage of this opportunity. I want to thank you all for listening to me. I hope the overview was clear and you now know how you are selected, and we wish you the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you, CPA Seriange. Another round of applause. Thank you. The beneficiaries so far are 60, and the one we are unveiling today is the 7th, totaling up to 70 beneficiaries. We have past beneficiaries here who have benefited, and they're here to tell us the success story. And that is Emily Namwano, Miss Emily Namwano. She's from the 3rd cohort. That was in 2022. And Anthony Tumwebaze, that is the 4th cohort. So they are here to take us through the success story with the ICPA beneficiary. May I call upon Miss Emily Namwano?
The President, ICPAU, members of the Council, staff at large, distinguished guests, our new beneficiaries, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. My name is Namwano Emily, a CPA to be sworn in soon. We are waiting for the date, eagerly waiting. And I'm a past beneficiary of the 3rd cohort that was unveiled here in May 2022. I completed the CPA course recently in the recently concluded December 2025 exams. And I am very grateful for the opportunity that ISPAO gave me to pursue my dreams. When I was selected as a beneficiary, among the beneficiaries, like we have heard from past speakers, being one among the 70 is really not a joke. It's something to be proud of because very many compete, but like we have been told the criteria, a few are selected. So having been selected among the 10 at that time, my cohort, we were 10. It was a very great opportunity for me, and I'm really grateful for that. At that time, I was ambitious, and I had a strong desire to be a certified public accountant. This came as an inspiration that one time I was listening to the president of ISPAO, and it was a case in the media where they quoted that accountants weren't being professional, and it came out to clarify that as long as someone has not completed the CPA course, is just a bookkeeper, not an accountant. And therefore, the institute does not govern those people. So to me, as one who was aspiring to be an accountant, it really pushed me to work very hard to become certified. This comes with so many benefits because there are so many things you'll avoid doing because you have a name to protect. Unlike when you don't really have anybody governing you. This scholarship was really great, as you know, like as any other young aspiring professionals, there are so many challenges that come through, including the financial constraints. So this scholarship came in to address the financial constraints because all the fees and study materials were catered for. So you cannot imagine being there and all you have to do is to read because you are not worried about searching for funds to get the course going. So it was really a great opportunity for me, and I took it on with all the pleasure, and I worked very hard to see that I accomplish it in the stipulated time that I was given. This scholarship comes with discipline because it has an accountability system embedded in it. This is in a way that for every sitting you're going to do, you have to send out your plan to show the institute what you intend to sit, and then, of course, account for the past sitting. So it would be very disappointing for you because like if you fail, you'll be afraid to send in your results because they do not pay for past, the repeated papers are not catered for. So it is upon you to work very hard to ensure that every sitting that comes in, you're sending a pass and giving a plan for the next sitting. So this accountability embedded in the scholarship really pushes us very hard to see that every time you are reporting back, you are happy to report back. Having gotten the scholarship did not mean that everything was very smooth. Along the way, there are challenges. These are not related to the scholarship, but the fact that you'll be working, so there come constraints of trying to balance books, life, and then education. However, this can be addressed by proper planning. If you do your planning well, you'll be knowing the time you'll be at work, you'll be knowing the time you have for yourself, and you'll be knowing which time is good for you to read. A message to the beneficiaries being unveiled today. This scholarship is both an opportunity and a responsibility to you. It's an opportunity in a way that it gives you access to professional training, resources, and support to enable timely and focused progression throughout the course. Like I mentioned, you won't have to worry about sourcing finances to take you through the course. All you have to do is to read and prepare accordingly for the papers. It is a responsibility to you in a way that it requires discipline and accountability. I'm not sure if you don't send your results and your plans to Madam Generous, if they'll give you the finances for the next sitting. So you have to be accountable. Every sitting you make, you have to send prior to anyone reaching out to you. You have to send them an accountability of how the sitting went. It does not matter whether you passed or not. You just have to update them because it happens. To succeed, failure can be part of, so it should not demoralize you. To take most of this, make good advantage of this scholarship, you have to be disciplined enough. You have to do proper planning to avoid mix-ups. You'll find, or maybe you have heard about students who register and midway they are withdrawing from the papers because of poor planning. So reach out to your supervisors in time, know if you'll get the leave for school or exams before you plan, because that will help you know whether you're sitting or not, other than you hoping that you'll be given leave, yet you know there will be an audit ongoing, and that time won't be given to you. As I summarize, I am grateful once again that I was given this opportunity, and by the grace of God, I finished the CPA course last year in December, emerging as the best female student and the second best student in the country. I take this opportunity once again to thank the ICPAU, its members, council, and the education committee for such a good program, because it has made me who I am today. A special thank you to Madam Generous, because for all the times and sittings I've made, I had to reach out to her in case I saw maybe my portal hadn't been credited. I had to reach out to her, and all the time I reached out to her, it was a smooth run. Thank you so much, and I'll always be proud to be associated with iSPAO. Thank you.
Thank you, Emily. Beneficiaries you've heard. Now, let's also hear from Anthony Tumwebaze from the 4th cohort.
Our chief guest of today, our beloved president, the representative of our CEO, and the representative of the Education Committee, the iSPAO staff, the beneficiaries, the media team present today. Good morning to you all. I'm called Tumwebaze Anthony. I'm a beneficiary of the 4th cohort, and I thank the Institute for always granting us this opportunity. And I again thank it for giving us chance with the young people to talk to the fellow young accountants, to motivate them such that they can also uphold the profession. I completed the course in August 2025, of which I met the requirement of completing the course in 2 years, which I'm so grateful. Currently, I work at Vija United Agencies as a financial accountant and part-time lecturing at Pactus Uganda, Mbala Institute, and I'm privileged that one of my students here is a beneficiary. I think I'm the one who motivated him to apply for the scholarship. To give a brief overview of how I joined the accountancy profession, from my university I had the love for numbers, of which I really loved to be the best among the many. After university, I enrolled for the CPA course, and by the time when the institute was taking over, at least I was on some level. I was on level 2, so they had to begin from that. And of course, it has availed a lot of opportunities to me, because the current job I'm doing, it's because at least I had added some level on my CPA course, and it has impacted a lot in my career, like problem-solving skills, critical thinking, and business analytics by advising the business in many things that we do. For this scholarship to the beneficiaries, it is an interesting journey which you have to take with seriousness, because you know very well that if they sponsor you a paper, once you repeat the paper, they will not pay back. They will not pay again for that paper. So you have to try as much as possible to ensure that each and every paper that you register for, try as much as possible to prepare for it. And again, you should have enough commitment as a student to ensure that at least you balance your daily activities. Maybe you are working somewhere or you are involved in some business. Try to balance your time to ensure that you have time for your books and prepare in advance. As scholarship beneficiaries, you have to know that you are role models to many. Many people will always be looking unto you, because currently in Mbalala, many people were asking me that how did I make it to get the scholarship? And of course I was telling them and encouraging them to work harder. So know that you are role models to many, and you have to protect that name. Because to be a role model to someone, you have to ensure that you fulfill what is required. And another takeaway for you, the beneficiaries of the 7th cohort, is that you should ensure as much as possible to have some networking. Because networking, that's where you get many opportunities. Some of you are not working already in case you need like another job. Through networks, that's where you meet new people and you share ideas. And since you have started the journey, you have to know that the Institute always has some continuous improvement plans where they organize CPDs, which you can always attend to ensure that you have enough knowledge of the profession. And again, you have to stay disciplined and motivated. As I have told you, many people are looking unto you. You have to make sure that as much as possible, try to get the best out of you. You also have to ensure that you adapt technology, because technology is taking over in each and everything. You have to make enough research, not only for academic purposes, but also for the accountancy profession. New standards are being improved, so you have to ensure that at least you are equipped with that knowledge. As I'm concluding for the advice to the beneficiaries, you have to ensure that you spread the news and we get many people to start the accountancy course, because many people out there are fearing to start, but once you spread the news, you can motivate someone to come and join us in the accountancy profession. For me, when I was starting the course, I was motivated by some people, because I was always making research about the institute where I could get aspiring stories, like from CPA Alex Chips Ochiti, who completed the course in 2 years. So it had to motivate me to ensure that at least I also work harder, and one day maybe I can also be recognized. Me too, I am going to try as much as possible, because I've told you as a professional, you should not be called by the name CPA and you know that you are doing something big, but at least try as much as possible to be professional, and they recognize the value in you through what you do. Then also there is CPA Charles Businje. He was a young accountant in the year of 2023. He has been motivating me on how he is positioning himself and how he is doing work. And as an accountant, you have to know that you have key roles to guide different businesses and organizations in compliance, analysis, and in different advisory services. So once you have joined the profession, make sure that as much as possible for where you are working, try as much as possible to create value for the organization that you're in. Lastly, I again thank the Institute for giving me this opportunity to speak to the beneficiaries, and I wish the new beneficiaries success in the journey that they have started. Thank you.
Thank you, Anthony. The beneficiaries you've heard, you need to plan. You are role models for professional accountants, for aspiring accountants out there. You need to guide them, and this course is doable. They are here testifying. And she's a best student. He is lecturing cost accounting and financial management. So it's doable. You can complete the course in the shortest time possible. The gentleman has talked about CPA Alex Ochiti Chips, completed CPA course in 1 year and 8 months, and is not as young as you. He is a family man, a working man, and he was able to complete in the shortest time possible. You can also break the record and be part of him. You are young. You have all the brains and all the time. So, ladies and gentlemen, you can make it. Next on our program is the ICPA President's Remarks and Unveiling Cohort 7 Beneficiaries. That is CPA Timothy Ediom. Sir, you're welcome.
Thank you, MC. Our chief guest, Stephen Muchelule, who is with Grant Thornton, the chairperson, Education and Research Committee, represented by Salome, beneficiaries of the scholarships program, staff of the Secretariat, members of the Fourth Estate present, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome back from the elections. I hope we participated in all the 3 phases, including one, I think, that ended yesterday. Let me also take this opportunity to congratulate our members who made it to the August House. CPAs are just not CPAs, we are also participating elsewhere. One of the presidential candidates was also a CPA, CPA Nathan Nandala Mafabi. But let me just recognize the members of parliament we sent from ICPAU in order, in no particular order. CPA Honorable Faith Nakut Loru, representing Napak District. CPA Honorable Henry Musasizi, MP-elect for Rubanda East constituency, CPA Honorable Ronald Mutego for Bunyole East constituency. Then we have our CPA Sabina Lubowa, MP-elect for Nyendo, and of course our 7th president, CPA Protasio Begumisa, MP-elect for Ndora East constituency. Let's applaud them with a hand clap. Our mission is to develop accountants for sustainable impact. And impact can be in education, healthcare, business, security, politics, you name it. All these sectors impact the economy, and accountants are required to support the growth and sustainability of these sectors. Therefore, I'm proud of the achievement of our members, and we invite more members to pick an interest in the politics of our nation. Now we go back to the reason we are here, the student scholarship program. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 2 major tasks to perform today. One being the unveiling of the 7th cohort of the ICPA Youth Student Scholarship Program. And the second is to launch the 8th edition of the program. But before I go into the final details, I would like to congratulate the beneficiaries of the program who have just spoken to us. Emily from our 3rd cohort and Anthony from the 4th. Emily did excellently in the December examinations diet, and she deserves a round of applause. Let's clap for Anthony as well, who nailed the course in 2 years. Thank you very much. That's the way to go. Our MC has already said it's doable. So don't, to those joining, you can do this. I would like to thank Emily and Anthony for candidly sharing your experiences. And I like the advice you gave to our cohort here. I think it was very valuable. I believe they're inspired, and I know that we shall have more prize winners in this group here. So, to the beneficiaries who are yet to be unveiled, I would like to add my voice to congratulating you upon attaining a scholarship to study CPA. You are saving a few shillings in the process. You are few of many who applied, 351 as reported by Salome. I congratulate you. I encourage you to leverage this opportunity to improve your skills and position yourselves to step boldly into the future with these world-recognized professional accountancy skills. In addition to equipping you with technical and professional skills, CPA enhances your competitiveness both local and globally. Indeed, with CPA, the opportunities are boundless. I know when we talk global, remember you have to jump the visa hurdle, but at least you are in Uganda, the opportunity is here as well. As per the Uganda Accountancy Qualifications Framework, CPA is equivalent to a postgraduate qualification. And many times when we say this, people get confused. Hey, so what do I have? But that framework is very detailed. I encourage all of us to go and understand it. But basically, level 1 is equivalent to a diploma. Level 2 is an advanced diploma. Level 3 is a bachelor's degree. Then level 4 is a postgraduate diploma. But many times when we speak of that, we only catch the last bit. So I just have a certificate at the end. But actually, the qualification takes you through this. By the time you're done with level 3, you're equivalent to a bachelor's degree. I think we need to internalize that information because at times it's quite misunderstood. So you receive a certificate at every level you complete, enhancing your prospects for career opportunities at this stage of your education. Some of us who are slightly older, those days you get the first level, you get a job and start working. The rest follow you as you're working. But of course, the job environment has changed. So our guest of honor, CPA Stephen, will soon attest to this as he shares his story. Now let's unveil the 7th cohort. At this moment, ladies and gentlemen, we will proceed to the moment we have been waiting for, unveiling the 7th cohort. I will read the name of each beneficiary, and I invite them to stand for recognition as the name is read. And I think we can clap for them. Let them know, just stand and sit. Arthur Raymond Katetemera, are you here? Yes, congratulations. Ezekiel Ariho. Elines Tizibwe. So those two are from Barara University of Science and Technology. I think they compared notes. Nathan Owona, Nathan Owona, are you here? Congratulations. Patience Chatuhaire, she's online. Congratulations as you're online. Actually forgot to acknowledge our online audience. We feel you here. Victor Alinaitwe, congratulations. Joan Nantongo, are you here? Joan didn't make it. Isaac Opio, congratulations. And Edinath Akatuhuha, congratulations. I hope I got the pronunciations correct. Yeah, congratulations to all of you. And we wish you the very best on this journey. I hope in 3 years I'll be seeing all of you at graduation. Please stay the course. Nothing is easy in life. And the harder things give better reward. Just notice around you. Whatever is difficult to get always rewards handsomely. So, as earlier mentioned, we are privileged to have in our midst a distinguished guest of honor to share his CPA story. Let me give you some background and introductions. Stephen is a young man of many accomplishments. He's an assistant manager, business risk services at Grant Thornton, Uganda. He's also a CPA tutor, like I think one previous speaker, a renowned mentor of aspiring accountant, and a reputable internal auditor. He was also a top candidate in integration of knowledge paper 18 of the CPA course, and he enrolled for ICPA membership within 1 month after graduation. He serves the profession as a member of ICPA's internal audit panel. He's a good ambassador for the course, having participated in many promotional campaigns. Stephen is reigning Young Accountant of the Year, and like the MC mentioned earlier, a young accountant, you have to be 35 and below. I don't know if there's a waiver for ladies because they kind of freeze in their 20s. They never grow any older. But any 35 and below. Ladies and gentlemen, you'll agree with me that Stephen is an excellent candidate to speak to the audience about his CPA experience. Please join me in welcoming Stephen as he makes his way to the podium. Stephen, you're welcome. We are ready to hear from you. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you, Mr. President. Yes. President, just for a little correction, effective October last year, I was promoted to manager. So I'm manager of business risk services, Grant Thornton Advisory East Africa Limited, which is a global accounting firm. You may have heard about it. I am very happy and excited to be invited for the second time by the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda. I was the guest of honor on the launch of the second cohort. That was in 2020 when the COVID has just set in. I'm happy to be your guest here for this morning, and I'm very, very excited for the opportunity ICP often gives to me. Just a small adding to my profile, I also serve at the Institute of Internal Auditors, on the board committee of training and certifications. I'm a CPA, but I'm also a certified internal auditor. So I am a member of the Institute of Internal Auditors, as well as a member of ICPAU. I completed the CPA course in 2019 and started teaching immediately. But after some time, I paused. I facilitated in advanced tax, audit, and financial reporting papers. I recall one time in my advanced tax class, I got a new student who came and approached me. I have this paper for 3 times. I am getting in the same range, 35, 33, 35, 33. So I asked, of course, he told me wherever he was studying from. So then I counseled him. I said, okay, don't worry, come to class. After all that happened and they sat exams, I got a call from him. Stephen, I am very happy I passed the paper. I can't imagine I am among the 16. 95 students sat for the exam and 16 passed. So he was very excited that he had passed the paper, and not just passing, but with a good score. He was very, very happy. So today, I need to come back to the team who have this golden chance of a scholarship. I have personally ever had a scholarship that is in master's, and when I got that scholarship, it was for 2 years. In the year of completion, they stopped offering those scholarships. So I just need to warn you that the opportunity comes once. So you need to be very, very committed to pass. A scholarship is confidence transferred and a possibility unveiled. Okay? So you see, these things happen because of planning and also commitment. Today, it is not just the list which the president is reading, it is a launch of the professional destiny. You are going to be the future accountants. So therefore, you need to work towards protecting our image as accountants. And what I need to tell you today is that you need to embrace what they call time discipline. Each and every day, God deposits 24 hours on all our accounts. So how you use the 24 hours is extremely in your hands. 8 hours of the 24 could be devoted to sleep. So you have a whole 16 hours left before you. How do you apportion the 16 hours? So it is very important to know that every delay in life is expensive. Every procrastination is costly. If you are leaving home and you are going to town, you know that the moment you leave at 7:30, you're going to find jam. So that means you're going to consume more fuel. If you are driving, you will have to spend more on fuel. And if you are using the border, they will even increase the fare. They will tell you the jam is too much, you have to add this. So you realize that if you had gone earlier, you would have saved. So then, in the context of CPA, ensure that you manage the time and do not extend the struggle. Every paper you miss, you are actually extending your struggle. And you are again limiting your future. So what do I tell you this morning? Make a plan. After you have made the plan, follow the plan. Then when you have followed the plan, what happens? You finish when you are strong and joyous. Success is not born from comfort. That is key. I need to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that success is actually built in silence. I know you may say that waking up at 5 a.m. is very uncomfortable. But that is the time the whole world is less busy. Okay? So 5 a.m. in the world where you are living, the whole world is less busy. So you can choose to build your success from 5 a.m. for the future. So I'm talking about the 16 hours available at your disposal. But at what time do you start planning for the 16 hours? You find, you find people handling multiple engagements. And then another one will tell you, I cannot volunteer, I don't have time. You get? So it is about prioritization. I serve on the internal audit panel at ICPAU. I serve at the Institute of Internal Auditors, the Training and Certifications Board. I serve also on the CPA Circle Board Committee, that's the supervisory committee. I'm a member. And I am the manager, Business Risk Services, Grant Thornton. And I'm also a facilitator at Grant Thornton Foundation Academy, where I do facilitate business risk and internal audit knowledge. We offer practical skills. I also have a family. I also have my parents I have to look up to. So you realize that in the whole set of the 16 hours, you are able to actually apportion your time. And you are able to serve all those stakeholders. This week, I had 20 meetings scheduled, including this one. 20 meetings for this week. But how many hours are in this week? If you are looking at day hours, those are 40 hours, Monday to Friday. So it is about what do you prioritize? How do you use social media? Okay? So it could be your silent killer, you know? Social media could be your silent killer. So as a student, how do you use social media? Are you using social media to attack other colleagues? Are you using social media for fun? Or are you using social media to build your future? So, to emphasize, success is not born from comfort. It is built by decision and discipline. Okay? So, what makes a great accountant? There are 4 C's I need to echo, which you may have heard several times: competence, character, consistency, and courage. Okay? So in terms of competence, you're on the journey. You are going to start acquiring knowledge. Okay? The first level is the knowledge level. You are going to progress to getting the skills up to the level of enhancing your abilities. By the time you are doing the integration of knowledge, you will be building the competences. So it is about going beyond the standards. Okay? So if you are preparing for this course, I urge you to go beyond the standards. Be updated, know the current affairs. Okay? Some papers in the ICPAU, you need to appreciate the current affairs, okay, as you progress. Then character is integrity. Integrity is non-negotiable in all spheres of life. So you need integrity, because I can assure you, ladies and gentlemen, that integrity is the signature for a CPA, a signature for an accountant. You need to uphold integrity. You know, as per the global internal audit standards, there are several principles. But principle 1 is integrity. Okay? So integrity is very, very key, ranging from being honest to yourself, and then from there, you are able to transfer that honesty to others. You need to be faithful to yourself. Okay? If you have registered for the exam, but look, do a self-audit at the end of the day. How have you progressed towards preparing for the exam? So you need consistency. So when the year starts in December, on December 31st, many of us maybe go for overnights or go for different places or stay at home, we want peace, or reflecting on the what? How the year has gone. So then we are writing down goals. But I assure you, ladies and gentlemen, the goals you write down on the 1st of January or 31st January, they are worthless without execution. And you do not execute goals by watching motivations, okay? So you do not have to watch several motivational speeches in relation to your goals to achieve them. That means you need small steps to go and achieve those goals which you write. And to achieve that, you need consistency. You need to have those faithful steps each and every day. Those small steps you are going to make each and every day. If 1 hour devoted to preparing a topic appreciating the topic or practicing questions each and every day. 1 hour, 30 minutes, each and every day. If you devote those small steps, you'll be able to achieve your target. Courage. You need to get the courage and face the hard topics, okay? So when you are preparing for the exam, you may hear about the stereotypes. This topic is hard. This topic is a no-go zone area. This paper is, I just mentioned that advanced tax students sat in that sitting and 16 passed and out of 95. So because you have had that, you may get the perception that possibly advanced tax is what? Is hard. But I would challenge you and say, it is not hard. Why? The 16 passed. And even if it is 0 who passed, you did not participate in that diet. So take yourself as you. Do not copy others. Do not impress others. Do not speak lies to yourself. So you need to have that courage to face those hard topics. And because we exist in the community, you need to appreciate how your employer is, the family setup, how your friends are, the circle, because all those have an impact in your preparation. Are there any challenges you see at family level? Are there any question marks you have with your friends? Is it time now you change some friends? Is it time you get new friends? Okay? So all that need to be put into perspective. So while you're doing that, you are able to allocate your time appropriately. Of course, if there are any parents in the room or friends to the candidates or any guardians, my appeal is to always encourage these people, give them emotional support, create that peaceful environment such that they are able to thrive through. But you need patience. You as the candidates who have been successful in this cohort, you need patience, you need determination, you need consistency. Sorry. So the ICPA Council and leadership plus other stakeholders have given you a great opportunity. Now, this opportunity needs to be honored. And how are you going to honor this opportunity? It's not by words, okay? It's by results. Yes, I have liked the testimony given by what? CPA to be Namwano. Yes. ICPA is going to expect results or your plan. So it's not that you are now going to tell all your friends and family members that you have a scholarship at ICPAU. In fact, you need to communicate that by results, okay? So by doing that, you are honoring this opportunity. And all the stakeholders who put in their time to think about you, to research about this program. So when you work hard, you are actually honoring the opportunity. So I urge you, ladies and gentlemen, to always pursue excellence, avoid survival mode. While I was a student of ICPAU, and during my time as a tutor, there is this concept of survival. I am imploring you from day one that avoid that survival mode. How does survival mode work? On the day of releasing the exam, you are waiting to see the results. Then the moment the results disappear, 50, I survived. I survived. So that commentary shouldn't be your portion. I survived. Make sure you don't say I survived. Just say I excelled. You know, I would get calls from colleagues as a student. Did you survive this? I have survived. So do not look at the margin. It is good that these days ICPA gives what? Okay, the marks on the portal. So don't target to look at, have I gotten 50? No. In your preparation, know that the maximum is 100. So stretch. So don't target survival. It is very dangerous if you are targeting survival mode because chances of dropping from 50 to 49 are really, really significant. So I uphold you to Pursue excellence, not survival. And then ethics. You need to be trusted. Okay? So, of course, education now is having an emerging risk when it comes to ethics because of artificial intelligence. For me, I'm lucky by the time I was finishing university, there was no AI. Okay? I count myself lucky. But now, you can get a first class. But when in your discussion group, the team leader was AI. Okay? So you need to be alert. You need to be alert. At ICPAU, those opportunities may be limited. So that means you need to come prepared to be trusted by systems, ICPAU systems. To be trusted, when the exam is set, you need to prove that you have actually excelled for you to be able to move to the next level. So if you keep this, you are not just going to pass CPA, but you are going to become the professional's pride. So I want to congratulate you for this wonderful opportunity and urge you to work hard. What is very, very critical as key takeaway is time management. That cannot be underestimated. Point to note is that you have a whole 16 hours if you have removed the 8 hours of sleep at your disposal. How are you planning the 16 hours on a daily? So it is about consistency. It is about the determination to be able to progress through this course. You need to understand the journey. How many papers are there? How many levels are there? By this time, I know you should have done that. Then you need to prepare your mode of study. Are you going to choose to go to a training institution, or you are going to do self-study? So if you have chosen self-study, have you put up a timetable? What is your training plan? I am impressed that actually ICPAU asked for the training plan. I didn't know about that. But I recall when I was the guest speaker on the second cohort launch, I emphasized the training plan so much. And I am happy that ICPA took that up as well. So training plan is very, very critical. You are a student, for crying out loud. How are you managing your affairs? You could be working, maybe you are not working. So that's why I'm calling upon individual self-reflection. So you need to understand at individual level, how is your profile? How is your life? So your program cannot be equivalent to your colleague's program. So you need to understand the people you are going to move with in the profession, those you are going to have discussions with, and then how you are going to go about any revision. But most importantly, I am urging you to plan early. So I want to thank you so much. I want to thank you, ICPAU, for this opportunity. And I want to congratulate you once again for becoming the Cohort 7 winners. Congratulations. I urge you to go and shine. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Another round of applause. Beneficiaries you've had, the 4 C's. You have started the journey. The journey is easy, according to what you've heard from the president, from the young accountant, from the beneficiaries who have benefited and completed in the shortest time possible. This is your chance to shine. Next on our program is launch of the 8th scholarship cohort and photo session. May I call upon the communications team, ICPAU, to handle this item.
Thank you, guest of honor, for that wonderful speech. I hope the young people are inspired. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now my honor. I have the pleasure of launching the 8th edition of the Student Scholarship Program. And I would like to invite my colleagues on the high table to stand up as we... So by virtue of the authority entrusted to me by the Council of the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda, I declare the 8th edition of the ICPAU Student Scholarship Program launched. You can clap. Smiles are over. Thank you. Thank you, MC. Back to you. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. Photo session. The beneficiaries, please. Thank you. Now that the 8th cohort has been launched, ladies and gentlemen, you can apply, and applications will be open from February to April. Those eligible are undergraduate, qualification holders from private and government institutions with first class or second upper from private or government universities. The current beneficiaries of the 7th cohort are from 7 universities, 4 from Bara University of Science and Technology, 1 from Africa Renewal University, Bogema University, Uganda Christian University, Lira University, Isbat University, and Chambogo University. So ladies and gentlemen, ICPAU considers everyone. We are not limited to any university, private and government, with any qualification, not only accounting. Accountancy is for everyone. We all need accounting knowledge. So out there, please enroll. You could be among the beneficiaries of the 8th cohort. Thank you. Next on our agenda is question and answers. Questions from the media and the beneficiaries.
Thank you so much. I'm Manado Gracias. I'm also a beneficiary of ICPAU. I was one time recognized as the best journalist. So you guys look at me. So I'm also a beneficiary. So anyway, that's a joke. But I have two questions. One is to the president, ICPAU. You've been sponsoring 10 students ever since you started. Today you have launched the 8th cohort, but you are still sponsoring 10. And yet the organization is growing by leaps and bounds. Why are you stuck on 10? Then the other one is to Musherure. Are you Musherure or Mucherure? Musherure. I think you are Musherure. I'm wondering what you did to that one student who had been failing several times. Why don't you do it to the rest of the students so at least they can also pass? Because you see the failure rate is really threatening. 16 out of, you said so many. 95, really. Because I don't believe those people. I think you can help, you can give these people tips so that they can also pass. Though you helped that one student. In fact, when you said you helped him and he passed, I shed a tear because failing 3 times here is not something you can talk about in public. But thank you for helping him and help the rest. So thanks so much.
We can, I think, take 3 questions, then.
Okay, good morning. Matanoda is my name from the National Media Group. One key question that I don't know who's going to answer it. You are counting 70, right? I want to know, who are the people behind this? Who are the sponsors of this student? The companies? Who are they? And why are they doing it?
Third question.
Kenebert Rugadia, Uganda Radio Network. Where are the opportunities for high school leavers?
Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Solomon Lubambra from Power FM. I'm just wondering what would be the monetary value of sponsorship for one student?
Let me just tie up one question again. How much does it cost really in these 2 years?
Okay, I think we can respond. Okay.
Okay. Good morning. My question goes to the president. In most cases, young accountants are urged to create professional networks. I would like to know from you, Mr. President, why should they, or how is this important to them? Especially like these young accountants who are still pursuing their dreams and all. Why is it that, and when we talk of professional networks, what do we mean in this case? Then another issue is about management of public resources. I've on a number of occasions covered ICPU here, but you'll find that accountants at large, they are urged to, more emphasis are put on management of public resources. I just want just a little bit, you can elaborate for me a little bit there. Thank you.
Thank you. I think we can, President can respond to the questions.
Yeah, thank you for those wonderful questions. I'll be answering some. The CEO is also represented here. So some will be going that way. But back to the first question from the journalist of the year, who is also an OB of a minister, who also passed the elections. Yes, sponsorship. We have been at 10 for many years. Yes, that's true. But we are also reviewing to see how to increase, enroll more students on the program. We appreciate 10 might not look like a big number, but you have to cut your coat according to your cloth. You cannot cut your coat beyond your cloth. So that's what we could manage at the time we started. But this program is under review. Hopefully when we do the 9th or 10th cohort, we would have more people on the program. I think that addresses that. I would also like to go to the question on why it's important for young accountants to network. I'll just take you back to a common adage. Your network is your net worth. So if you want to grow your net worth, you grow your network. But as a young person, you're basically standing at foundation. Your network provides you the ladder to grow. And your network is not as complicated as it seems. We all went to school from primary up to where we are now. Part of your network is also those associations of old students where you go and interact. And then we'll be able to see you misplace someone and says, oh, you also went to the same school. We have an opportunity here. These are the small things that help you grow as a person, but also help you to grow as an accountant. Because across everywhere, every institution almost has an accountant. And at times when you are relatively unknown, you have time on your hands, like our guest of honor says, you actually have more than 16 hours. So if you spend some of that time building your network, and it might even involve volunteering. I have a daughter. I had to remind over again that, at times you have to give your time for free for people to appreciate what you can do, so that later on you build that, because learning is continuous, and don't reach a state where you do nothing. You wake up and do nothing the whole day. Then back on, I think it was on public funds. Yes, accountants are in a very unique role. We are normally entrusted with funds that don't belong to us. And it's a real test that you might be managing money and your rent is unpaid. You don't have transport. So that's why integrity is key, and we keep emphasizing ethical behavior. Because at times you have funds at your disposal that can change your life, but then the funds are not yours. So how do you keep that honesty and integrity to ensure that you keep the public funds safe and you stick to your job? Because at times, as an accountant, you are privy to information that is not available to anyone else in the institution. So are you going to get to a state where you're discussing your employer's secret because you simply have the information? Salary has delayed, but you're seeing a bank balance, and you're thinking, but they have money in the other account. So that's why integrity and ethical behavior is especially important for an accountant, because you come, you get knowledge that is not publicly available to many people about the financial health of the institutions that we work for. So it's important that we uphold ethical behavior at all times. I think on the monetary value of sponsorship, our sponsorship, basically, we are catering for study material, examination fees, and all that. And I wouldn't like to rush to jump and give you a ballpark figure because I don't have it on the table with me. But just know any sponsored student, basically does not incur any other cost towards his education. Apart from when he fails the paper, of course, he has to meet those costs himself because the scholarship assumes you are progressing well. I don't know if Lydia would like to add any other comments. Or someone asked who are the sponsor. The sponsor, of course, the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda. And there's no other additional sponsor outside that. It's the institute through the savings it makes from its own resources that is sponsoring the students. We don't have an external sponsor on that. It is basically an in-house program. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, President, for articulating the answers to the questions asked. For me, I'm just going to clarify on the costs that we spend on each student. We spend 5 million shillings for each student throughout the journey. So that's the clarity that I was giving to that question that was asked by the reporter from NMG. Yes, I think the other question has been answered by the President. The scholarship is funded entirely by ICPAU. Like the President mentioned in his speech, this is one way of us giving back to see that we support the growth of the profession and to see that we support the membership pipeline, because at the end of the day, when the beneficiaries finish the course, they're able to enroll for membership. And I usually call this long-term marriage. You're in this for the long haul, and there's no looking back. After your studies, you join membership, and then you become part of us. You get to have CPDs, the continuous development programs that are tailored to improve your skill sets, but also to support you in your career growth. Thank you.
I think there was one other question for the Young Accountant of the Year on why he hasn't helped other people to also pass. I'll leave that for him.
Yes, thank you so much. President, you have rightly said it. It is the Young Accountant of the Year, not the Young Accountants of the Year. It is singular. So why I say that is that this world is like a globe. So inside, we are particles in it. So it depends on at what point of the world you are, where you can create the impact. So even as this cohort 7 comes, I urge that look forward to creating impact in your communities. You have gotten the sponsorship, please look forward to also creating the impact. So the impact we create in communities is usually on a smaller scale. If you target to create a significant impact as an individual, you may not achieve it. So to answer your question, how did I help this student? Yes, number one is understanding the student's profile as a tutor at the time. These students are in different age brackets, okay? So they have different commitments and responsibilities. This particular student I am talking about was actually an experienced student, much older than me. He was working, very busy, and he had been working outside Uganda for some time, so he had returned to the country for a few years, and then he wanted to formalize his professional practice. Now, when he brought his plea to me, the first thing I did is to get to appreciate the history. In fact, the tutor where he was actually a good tutor. So the thing is, passing the course or excelling may not necessarily also depend on which particular tutor. It depends on the student's self-initiative, the student's appreciation of what to do. So for me, as a tutor, I acted as a guide to interact with this particular student to understand the pain points and then to just share my expectations. The big role I played was to just keep encouraging him that you are going to pass. You know, I was taking a risk as a tutor. The person is saying he has failed 3 times, but I had the confidence that he's going to pass. And I used to give mocks, pre-mock and mocks to my students. And it was tailored in such a way that if you scored above 30, you would pass. So when I gave the mock and he got 42, he got worried. So the moment I encouraged him that as long as you score above 30 in my pre-mock and mock, you will pass. So as a tutor, you just need to keep encouraging your students. Most importantly, from the first day when they come, spend significant time on the learning outcomes. So preparing for the exam, it is not a haphazard style. You need to know that page 1 of the course outline or the course book, it has the learning outcomes. So as the journey progresses during preparation, self-check whether you are on the journey to completing the learning outcomes. So that continuous engagement and counseling is what I did. But I did not stop there. Even when I paused to facilitate, I know very soon I will get back to teaching, but when I paused to teach, for the past about 2 years, 1.5 years, I've not been teaching. I have not stopped there. Wherever I move, at my workplace, whenever I come across the students, I talk to them. This December diet had a top candidate from my team, advanced taxation. I didn't teach her, but just talking to her, encouraging her. She's doing her own preparations in her own way. But that bit of talking to these students, so that is the satisfaction I get. Whenever I get an opportunity to a student or a member of ICPAU, I look forward to putting our flag high. So I keep encouraging them and showing them that you are actually in the right trajectory. So I thank you so much. I hope the journalist of the year, I hope I have attempted to address your concerns. Thank you. Thank you.
I think the last question that hasn't been tackled was on what opportunities are there for school leavers. At the moment, we don't have a specific program for school leavers, but we have had these discussions as an institute on introducing shorter courses for skills enhancement. So hopefully when those take off, we shall be able to accommodate some of our other people. Thank you. Or senior 6. No, senior 6 leavers at the moment are not covered by this scholarship program. It's for graduates. Back to an answer I gave previously, cut your coat according to your cloth. We needed to, because people who are already at university have been tested, they're already on an academic program that is aligned to this, so we started the sponsorship from there. Hopefully when resources allow, we shall look at excelling S6 candidates who might also be interested in pursuing the CPA course directly. Thank you.
Thank you. I think the questions have been exhausted. May I please add on more light on the cost of the course? Scholarship covers registration for studentship, which is 160. Annual renewal fees every year. That is for 3 years, because the course is 2.5 years. Annual renewal, which is 130. Examination fees. To qualify as a professional accountant, you have to complete all the 18 papers. We have 4 levels. Level 1 has 6 papers, and each paper is 110. Level 2, 5 papers. Sorry. Level 1 is 115,000 each paper. There are 6 papers. Level 2, they are 5 papers, 125. Level 3, they are 6 papers, 135. And level 4 is 1 paper, 350. So ICPA invests a lot in these students, and those out there, you can still enroll. In case you do not get on scholarship, you can still manage. Do according to your finances and your pay scores. Level 115, those are working, you can earn that and move slowly. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We are honored. Those on online, we are grateful for honoring our event. And we hope out there, ladies and gentlemen, those who have not succeeded in scholarship, please, you're welcome to pursue. You'll be able to afford. And those who have completed and qualify for the 8th cohort, please try your level-based and enroll. Thank you very much. Departure is at leisure. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Those who have not taken tea is at the back. Please feel free to enjoy. Thank you.